I'm curious also, have any of your people gain access to the political process, being elected and able to be part of the make legislation?
Okay. This is one of the main problem of Pingpu people not getting recognition, no status. We're not even recognized ethnic people. Government has allocated, I think, 6 legislators. I could be wrong because there are also proportional representation for the political parties. So I think there may be 8 legislators of indigenous people. Legislators, I think there are 8, but none of them are Pingpu people. Pingpu people has no direct able to vote for Pingpu, our own legislator, which is very sad because there's no one lobbying, speaking on behalf of us at the national parliament. And but this is a very general, pervasive social and political discrimination. I really feel, I strongly, very much denounce Taiwan ROC government, whether they are KMT or DPP. I'm in international arena, UN. I had absolutely no qualm about denouncing it because their discrimination, a racism against the Pingpu people. The society look down on Pingpu people, say they say we're like Pingpu fan. Fan means like savage and uncultured. You're not civilized. They still look down on us. They would not allow us to have any political representation, and whereas they have programs, subsidies to other ethnic groups, the Mountain Aborigine groups. They are renamed for indigenous people. They have program for Hakka people who are from the mainland China, and they have a lot of good subsidy benefit for other groups. Everything they say for social justice, Taiwan is multiculturalism, everything except the Pingpu people. We are the most discriminated, the most marginalized group in Taiwan right now.
What's the population of the Pingpu people?
Okay. According to a study right now, government officially will say the Taiwan indigenous people population is 400,000. These are the recognized 14 groups of the mountain group, indigenous people. Pingpu people, according to one study, is 20,000. But some estimate go higher, almost equivalent like 400,000. But most, if we are doing recognition, we have gone to all the different Pingpu groups in the last 10 years. We do registration. You can recognize Pingpu people because when Japanese they were the colonial government in Taiwan, they did a house of very detailed, meticulous registration. They were able to differentiate. They go to each household and they see what language you speak and what custom you practice. So they were dividing your people from Hokkien, from Canton, or your Mountain Aborigine, or your Pingpu Aborigine. So Japanese, so in the household registration, Japanese, they actually have this soul fan, the people of the familiar Aborigine people. For the mountain, they sort of sun fan is called unfamiliar because they are less contact. Anyway, so we have this word in our household registration. So the KMT, when they came, they also use a Japanese household because they do such a meticulous record. So we still can go back to the district office and find out our ethnic status at the time. So with our study, last 10 years, we go to all these Pingpu groups. Direct descendant people with status my family has. Most we said 20,000, but there are others say intermarriage or children's other, maybe up to some say 1 million. I don't think so. Maybe 400,000. But if a reliable estimate is 20,000 Pingpu people. So government, we are the weakest in the whole Taiwan. Taiwan is seen as a prosperous democracy government. The government, whether DPP or KMT, they like to say Taiwan is a free democracy country. I say no, it isn't. You're not democratic, and because you are racist discrimination because of Pingpu people. And most people don't know that because the government go a propaganda say Taiwan want to go to the UN. Taiwan is a progressive government. It isn't. I tell you, it's a racist society. government totally deny our existence. They don't give us any rights. We have no right to our culture, no right to our education. Can you imagine that? And if you go to UN UNESCO website, you can see my people, Pache language is very most severe threatened. And we have make press announcement, protest, making publicity about this. Government still don't care. They just don't care. It's very sad, very sad.
Well, as long as the loss of biodiversity, we're losing cultural diversity.
Yeah, exactly. The Pingpu people, my father is the author of a book about the Pingpu history. In there, it details how, in the old days, my father and his father, which is my grandfather, how they go hunting, what time of season, and which are kind of like different crab and river, and how they make all these traditional different bamboo way of like catching the fish sustainable, because they leave gaps in the bamboo these cages, so that small fish, small crab fish, they can escape. Only we catch a big fish, and also there's a season. Only on regular seasons can you go hunt a deer or boar. This is in the old days, and also there was a taboo or a clan taboo against these deer or boar who are pregnant. So it's a sustainable way. But the Han Chinese, they come, kill everything and eat up everything. But we also, in the old days, many people tribe in the high mountain, they still have a lot of traditional knowledge about what berries and trees and your ailment, what kind of plant you could go eat. So government denying us, our people is really at a threat of extinction. They are scholar, researcher, they agree with us. If government don't do anything this decade, Pingpu people, Pache could be declared extinct. It's such a sad loss. Our language is not being saved. There's such a treasure of humanity. You know, a language is such a storage of knowledge and also traditional knowledge of how to use medicinal plant, how to use a natural resource in a sustainable way, and because they don't respect us, they don't talk to us. Now we see all these environmental problems, landslide and erosion and flooding. But in the old days, Pingpu people, we live more or less harmony with nature. We try not to, conserve biodiversity. So, Taiwan government, they deny our existence. They don't give us individual status. It's also wiping out the whole culture, our language, and also the whole traditional knowledge, which is a treasure of humanity, irreplaceable loss for the whole humanity.
Yes.